Hello everyone, welcome to Frank Puzzles. This is a new channel where I'm going to share my love of puzzles with all of you. My goal is to post at least one video every day, and I hope you enjoy watching my puzzle solving and listening to my thought processes. So, let's get to the puzzle. The puzzle is Just Kropkis by Hugo Bob. The rules are this. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means we have to put the digits 1 through 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive, which means that, say, this square was the digit 2. That means this square would have to be either 1 or 3 to comply with the rule. Digits separated by a black dot are in a 1-to-2 ratio, which means one digit is double the other. So if this digit were 2, then this digit would have to be either 1 or 4. I'm going to post a link to this puzzle so you can play along. And hopefully you'll have as much fun as I will. Anyways, I'm going to restart my clock and say, let's go. Okay, so the rule for the black Kropki dots, which is a 1-to-2 ratio, is there's only 6 digits from 1 through 9 that can possibly be in squares that have a black Kropki dot next to it. And those digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. So in a 3x3 box, that means if there's 6 digits, or in a row where there are 6 digits, that means there can only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8 in those digits, which means 5, 7, and 9 have to be in the other digits. So if you look, there's a couple of places where there are 6 digits, which makes it rather easy to figure out where 5, 7, and 9 are. So basically, these can be 5, 7, and 9, and these can be 5, 7, and 9. In addition, if you have the black Kropki dots separated one after the other, that means it has to be either 1, 2, 4, 8, or 8, 4, 2, 1, in some order that way. So then we know this is 1 or 8, this is 2 or 4, this is 2 or 4, and this is 1 or 8. Because of that, we know this has to be 3 and 6, we know this is 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9. Now we have 2 other Kropki dots in this 3x3 box. So this has to be either 1, 2, or 4, 8. With those exact allocations. So this is 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9. We could do it all the way through for all the black dots. Also, if you ever have 2 black dots that touch the same square, and they're either in the same 3x3 box or row or column, the center one has to be 2 or 4. Because obviously 3 times 2 is 6, but then you can't get 6 times 2. And 3 divided by 2 is not an integer, so that doesn't work. So this has to be 2 or 4. And we have 1, 2, 4, 8, or 1, 2, 4, 8. And we know that the 2 and the 4 have to be in this set of 3. So similarly, this is 1, 2, 4, 8. Of some combination. And For one thing, we see this is either 2 or 4, and this is 2 or 4, which means this cannot be 2 or 4, so this is 1 or 8. Since that's 2 or 4, this has to be the other 2 or 4, because you're always going to have 2 and 4 in that set. So that eliminates 2, 4 here, so it cannot be 2, 4 here. So we know this is 1 or 8. This can't be 2, so this cannot be 1. So we've got our first digit, which means this is 8, this is 4, and this is 2. So this is 2, this is 4, this has to be 1, this is 8. Which makes that 1, that 2, and that 4. So this has to be either 7 or 9. We also know that since this cannot have a 2, 4, and 8, 1 cannot be part of it. So this has to be the set of 3 and 6. So this is 7 and 9 here because it's 1 away from 8. This also, again, this has to be 2 or 4, and this is 1, 2, 4, 8, 1, 2, 4, 8. This cannot be 1, 2, 4, 8, so this is also 3 and 6 here. So since 3 and 6 and 3 and 6 are here, and then here, that means 3 and 6 also has to be somewhere along here. We don't know which, though. This is 3 and 5, and since the 3 has to be here, this has to be 5. So this cannot be 5. We have 1 and 5 here, and 1 and 5 here. And since that's 1, this can't be 1, so this is 5, and this is 1. Oops. 1. There we go. So we got 7 and 9 here. 7 and 9 here, 7 and 9 here. We have 7, 8, and 9. So 8 has to be in one of these, and 7 and 9 is one of those. So this is also 7 and 9. And we know then this has to be 1, 2, and 4. So since this is 1, 2, and 4, we know 2 and 4 has to be in this set of 3 black Kropkis dots. Because it's either 1, 2, 4 or 2, 4, 8. So this cannot be 2 or 4. Since it can't be 2, that means this can't be 1. So this is either 1, 3, or 5. It cannot be 2 or 4 again. So this can't be 1. This can't be 2 or 4. So this has to be 6. That only fits. So that's 6, this is 5, and this is 4. Which makes this 2, and this has to be 1 and 4. So this can't be 2 or 4, which means this is 1 and 8, so this can't be 2 or 4, so that's 1 and 8. So that means the 2 and 4 have to be here or here. Okay. We know 3 and 6 have to be here, and one of 7, 8, and 9 have to be here. We don't know which, though. It's probably not the best tactic approach to whatever way to approach it. So this has to be 4, 6, or 8. Can't be 4, so it's 6 or 8. This is 3 or 6. It cannot be 2. Cannot be 4. So this cannot be 3. So this has to be 6. This is 3. This is 8. This is 1. This is 2. This is 8 and 4. This cannot be 5, obviously. This has to be 7. So this can't be 7. We know this can't be 2, so it's 1, 2, 1, 4. So the 5 is somewhere here. The 5 can only be with 6 and 7, so this has to be the 5 because it cannot be consecutive with 7, 8, or 9. So this is 7, 9, so this is 5. Which means this has to be the 5 in that row. So we have 7, 9, 7, 9. We have 3, 8, and this is 3 or 8. If this was 3, this would have to be 2 or 4. If this is 8, it's 9. So we have that. So this has to have an 8. So this cannot, because its 8 is with 7 or 9. Those are the only possibilities. So this has to be 8. Which means this can't be 8. So this is 3, this is 8. This has to be 9 then. This is 7 or 9. This is 8. this is 7 or 9. And we have the other 7 or 9 here. This, because of Sudoku, have to be 3 and 4. So we know this is 3, this is 4. This cannot be 4 and 8. It could be 1 and 2. So this could be 1 and 2, or it's 3 and 6. It can't be 3 and 6. So it can't be 4 and 8, can't be 3 and 6. We know this is 1 and 2. So this is 1, this is 2. This has to be 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we know 6 and 7 are here. 5 and 8 are here. So this has to be 8 by Sudoku. So that's 7, 6, 5. This has to be 4. This is either 8 or 2, so it has to be 2. This is 3 or 5, so this is 3. And 9 cannot be here because it would have to be next to 8, so this has to be the 9. So this has to be 5 and 6. 5 and 6. This cannot be, this has to be 3 and 4. Because if, yeah, the other one would be a 7 or a 9. And say 3 or 4, okay, well, first of all, 8 has to be here, so this has 7 or 9 also. So this is 3 and 4. Which makes that 4 and that 3. This is 7, 9. This cannot be 3 and 8, sorry, 3 and 6 or 4 and 8. So this has to be 1 and 2. So that's 1, this is 2. That's 6, this is 3. This is 7 or 9, so this has to be 6. These are consecutive, so this has to have an 8 also. So that's 8 with 7 or 9, so that's 9, 7, 9, 7, which makes that 9. That's 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, and 1 of 6 or 9. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll have 5 and 6 in this row, so that's 5. This is 6. 3 forces that to be 3. We have 7 and 9. 7 and 9. So this is 7, that's 9. This is 1. We have 3 and 7. Oh well. First of all, let's solve that. 3, 6. This is 3 and 7. And it's done. I hope you enjoyed the solve. I'm gonna be mainly doing rather simple ones to start with. We'll be getting some more complex ones later on. So, anyways, I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you on the next puzzle.